You are on schedule for lives of joy and abundance. August 25, 2013. Humanity has caught the ascension wave and is riding it beautifully. It really is as though you had been standing in the surf, waiting for that special wave, that electrifyingly large one. Then it arrived. You caught it brilliantly, and now you are flying with it towards your most breathtaking and enthralling destination, surfer heaven, your awakening into reality. It does seem to many of you, to put it rather graphically, that all hell is breaking loose in many places across the planet. Do not be alarmed. The old order is merely in the process of disintegrating and pieces are flying every which way, as in an explosion. When the dust and debris settle, a gentle peace and an uplifting calm, the one for which so many have been hoping and praying, will prevail. You are on course and on schedule for lives of joy and abundance, totally free from fear and worry as the disintegration of the old order makes way for the new order based most firmly on the golden rule. Always treat others with the love and respect with which you would wish to be treated, which all will honor in every situation. The time for lying, manipulating, cheating, deceiving, and betrayal is ending, permanently. The love from which you were all created can no longer be denied or hidden as it wells up inside the hearts of all on earth. Your nature is to share, and love is for sharing abundantly and constantly, thus bringing the sweetness of divine contentment to all and into every interaction. You will be absolutely amazed when you discover the myriad ways in which you can share and bring unending happiness to one another. And then, of course, that amazement will dissolve into delighted appreciation as you remember that what is occurring is utterly natural, that nothing else is possible, because in reality the divine will is always present and completely effective. Nothing is missing, nothing is needed, all is as it should be in perfect untroubled harmony. You are all dearly loved and have been ever since the moment of your creation when you were created in love to experience and enjoy, through your sense of being, of consciousness, of awareness, an eternal existence of infinite happiness. And in truth you are still doing so. Nevertheless, that does not appear to be the case as you struggle and worry within the illusory environment that you invented and then constructed to experience life without love. You imagined that there would be many satisfactory alternatives to the infinite perfection of love, and you have been severely disappointed. Those of you who have had children or worked with them and have observed them growing up understand the sadness that occurs when you see them doing things which will cause them or others suffering. Things that you have maybe warned them of, warnings which they chose either not to listen to or to ignore, because they believed that they knew better. As you have been told before many times, and not only by those in the spiritual realms, beliefs can be very dangerous and often seem to have the power to mislead you mightily. You have all undergone or know someone who has undergone the shock of discovering that a belief to which they clung loyally and ferociously was not only misguided but quite wrong. The only truth in which you can safely believe is the eternal truth that is God. Within the illusion you have effectively hidden that under a cloak of darkness and ignorance, and then, from age to age and culture to culture, made up your own miserable, wrong-headed, and frequently immoral substitutes which were then proclaimed as dogma to which others were expected to pay homage. Humanity is now, and very successfully, making a concerted and collective effort to discard the dogmas and wrong-headed doctrines that have for so long led to intense suffering and pain for many of you. All beliefs are being questioned, and rightly so, and unless convincing evidence supporting them is produced they are publicly shown to be erroneous, thus encouraging those who had allowed themselves to be ruled by them, and have had their basic freedoms trampled upon, to cast them aside and reclaim their rightful self-ownership. If you wish to follow a system of rules and regulations, for whatever reason, as long as they have no deleterious effect on another, you should feel free to do so. But to impose or attempt to impose your beliefs and opinions on others by establishing rules and regulations that they must abide by is quite unconscionable. God, your Father, created you free. And yet, within the illusion, you have attempted time and again to enslave one another. And of course the reason for trying to enslave others was born of fear. To be alone, small, insignificant, and abandoned in the vast universe, which the illusion appears to encompass, is terrifying. Miraculously, fortuitously, by the grace of God, the illusion is illusory. It cannot contain even one of you. However, as is your experience over the eons, you can choose, as you have done, to believe in it and thereby allow it to contain and control you. Now the time has come for it to be discarded. The game is over, and you will return to awareness of your eternal and divine nature as essential aspects or, if you prefer, particles of God. No conscious entity is separated from its source. It never can be, it never will be. It can only choose to be unaware of its true nature. And even that choice has a sell-by date at which point awareness, full consciousness must and will be re-established. When that happens, infinite joy will replace all emotions, feelings, and sensations that are not in alignment with it. In the end, only eternal joy is possible, because that is the will of God for all of creation, and you are rapidly approaching that end, that inviolate sell-by date. You are surrounded and enveloped in the field of divine love, which is to dissolve back into nothingness, the illusion in which it seems you have been trapped and imprisoned for so long. Focus on that truth whenever you go to your quiet inner space. Intend that all become aware of it, and relax in the certainty of your coming awakening. Your loving brother, Jesus. Channeled by John Smallman. johnsmallman2.wordpress.com